Hi guys, I know I haven't done a video in quite a while. It's almost been 2 weeks now, and I usually never go that long. But I really don't have an explanation. I've just been, I guess, sick and cabin fever. But today I am here to do a review, but not just one. I'm going to be doing 3 reviews on 3 books in the same series. So we'll just kind of go through this kind of quickly. You can ask me comments down below if I forget anything or if you have any questions about the books in general. And let's get started. Okay, so the 3 books that I'm going to be talking about today are in the Shatter Me series. Yes, this is the old cover, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But there's Shatter Me, there's Destroy Me, and the newest book, Unravel Me, which came out this last month of February. So those were the books that I read this month. I was meaning to read about 5 books and ended up only being able to read the 3. I just, like I said, have been in a complete reading slump, and I think it's because I've been reading the exact same series for a whole month, so I guess that's probably why. Okay, so this story is very difficult to explain, but it's pretty much about a teenage girl named Juliet who is born with a lethal touch, which means if she touches someone within a minute or so, she will kill them. So she's been institutionalized at the beginning of this book, and she's in an asylum, and she thinks that she's insane and that she's messed up, and she pretty much absolutely hates herself, but somehow is able to keep it inside and is able to continue living somehow. And so she gets a cellmate, and this cellmate kind of changes everything because she's never had a cellmate, and she's scared to touch them, and she's scared something's gonna happen, and she hasn't had contact with another human in a whole year. So that kind of changes everything. And so somehow she gets out of this asylum, and the government is now going to try to use her as a weapon in their war. So it gets pretty interesting, and it's really, really good. There's more going on than just that. And I already had read this book, but I wanted to reread it because it'd been about exactly a year since I'd read it. And so I reread it for the newest installment, and personally, I loved it even more the second time than I did the first, and I don't even know how that's possible because they were both amazing. I loved reading it the first time and the second time just as much because there was so many things I had forgotten about, but so many things that I understood now more, so it was a really great experience to read it again. This is my second time ever rereading a book because usually I don't reread books, but I'm trying to reread my books this year, and anyway, so personally I would be giving this 5 out of 5 stars. If you want to read it, you totally should. The writing style in this book is so cool because Juliet, the main character, likes to there's like parts. Here, let me find a part. As you can see, there's parts in the writing that have been crossed out and other thoughts have been put in place because it's kind of like Juliet's thoughts are in her mind and then she crosses them out and thinks something else. So it's kind of just as our brains all work. But she does that a lot because she has different thoughts and things that she thinks about that are kind of depressing and things that she just wants to put that away out of her mind and move on. So I really love that writing style. I love Juliet's character. She is a really interesting character because her personality and her strength never changes, but like all the situations she has to go through are really breathtaking, and I don't know, it's just, this had so much action. It had a romance, and not like a really messed up one. It was really good, and then, I don't know, I just really enjoyed this book a lot, so yeah, read the series. The second book, which isn't even the second book, it's like a just novella, it's a book in between the first and second book, so 1.5 I guess, is Destroy Me, and one of the characters in the main book, Shatter Me, is Warner, and this is in Warner's perspective, the entire thing. It's about 100 pages or so, I'm not sure on that, and it's really good actually because Warner was one of my top favorite characters. Like, he's a evil jerk face guy and totally don't like him, but at the same time you like him, and it's really weird. And he just has this, like, you get to really feel for him, like, really understand his madness, and it's really quite interesting, and I really, really enjoyed reading this. So I'm definitely giving it 5 out of 5 stars, which I typically wouldn't be giving for a novella because they're usually just, 15, 16 pages, but this was like a solid novella. So if there's any good ones out there, this would definitely be one, and totally loved it. There's nothing wrong with it. It was completely flawless. Plus, there was a whole bunch of, like, cool info that you never got to know and stuff that you don't need to know, but I don't know. I just don't even know what to say. The last book and the newest book, one that I definitely haven't read, is Unravel Me, which is her second book. It's actually pretty thick. It also has the weird pages that are all like this. I don't know what you called those. I don't know what you called that. Anyway, so this book was, I don't know what you'd want to say with this book. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just, there was a lot that happened in this book. And I cannot wait until the last book for a whole nother year. I waited forever just to read this one, and now it's over, and I don't know what to do. I'm like in a book hangover, and I don't know what to do. And it was so good. There was so many good things. Another thing that I love about her writing style is not only does she do the cool cross out thought thing, but she also, like, really describes things. Like, she really likes to describe the feeling of something, and it really puts you in the exact situation that they're in and really gets you into a character that you are probably never going to be a character that has a lethal touch, but, somehow you can totally understand her feelings and understand her strength and her weaknesses and all of that, and I just love that. The characters are divine in this book. Like, I just don't even know what to say other than that. It's just gorgeous. And I don't even know, this is definitely one of my top favorite book series, so, like, I don't even know what to tell you guys other than, like, it's so good, so please go pick it up and enjoy the entire thing. I'm going to be giving the whole entire series so far, without even the last installment, giving it definitely 5 out of 5 stars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, people. There are your stars, and I hope you enjoy this book and the other 2 sitting over there on my shelf. Please do go pick them up. If you have any other questions, because this was kind of rushed, please ask me down in the comments below, and I would be happy to answer them. If you have already read this book, please let me know what you think in the comments. Just talk up in the comments. Also, if you like this kind of more than one book review in a whole entire video, then let me know what you think of that as well down in the comments. There's a whole bunch of stuff you can say down there. So yeah, bye guys.